An ongoing process in the United Church of Canada is the effort of the Church to cope with the legacy of the Native residential schools. Many events, services, and meetings have been held to help the victims and the non-Natives deal with such a difficult chapter in the Church's life. One of the events that will be coming up this fall in Southwestern Ontario is a walk between two sites of former residential schools. One of the participants in that walk will be Geraldine Robertson. Geraldine is a survivor of not one, but two residential schools. Recently, Matthew Penny talked with Geraldine about the upcoming walk and what it means in her journey of coping.
Geraldine, it's wonderful that you've taken some time to be with me here today and talk about this exciting thing you've got coming this fall, the walk. Where are you walking from to?
We're walking from Mohawk Institute in Brantford, and we're planning to walk all the way to the former Mount Elgin site in Muncie, Ontario, outside of London.
Right. Now, why? Why do you need to walk?
Well, it's just to bring attention to the fallout effects mostly of residential schools. And I attended both schools. So, and there's a reasonable distance that you could walk that in stages, and just to highlight the impact of what the schools have done to First Nations people and to bring it to the attention of the public. A lot of people don't know about it, even though there's been a lot of write-ups in the paper. They're just not aware. It's not on their radar screen.
Well, I think a lot of people have a tendency to only have heard about the lawsuits and haven't heard about the reality of what that comes out of.
That's right, yeah.
And so the walk, will you be educating people along the way?
That's what we plan to do.
How will you do that?
Well, we would hope to be billeted at different churches along the way, and we could have programs in the evenings for the community members around that area to attend, to get some education, and also to get in touch with the schools along the way as well and do some educating for them as well.
Well, it's more so just than what happened at the school. It's the legacy of what's happening now because of the school system. And you said to me earlier that here where you live, that there's a legacy that affects families.
That's right. And people become so normal to what is happening in their lives. They accept that as normal, whereas I noticed there was quite a bit of dysfunction, and this goes on in all First Nations communities, and not only here, but in the other communities
so it's
as
nationwide.
Well. Yes, exactly.
And that's a sad legacy.
That's right. But particularly for First Nations people, it has been extremely hard for us when we're so acclimatized to violence in the schools and punishment. And this is what a lot of people have brought home, and when they have children, this is how they raise their children.
So the violence gets perpetuated one generation down to the next generation?
All the way on down, yes.
And how do you stop that?
Well, by education. And by programs in our communities that help families to, I guess, to teach them how we used to be. We had support systems in our families. Parents didn't have to do it on their own. They had the help of their grandparents. They had the help of aunts and uncles.
A community.
That's right. It takes a community to raise a child.
Right.
The old saying, and it was true, and it worked for us. It worked beautifully for us.
Well, one of the things that, as a minister, I've heard so much has been taken away from our Native brothers and sisters in the residential school system is the Native spirituality.
That's true.
Have you been able to sort of reintroduce it, get that back so people are aware of what they used to have in that?
Well, that's a slow progress. There are some who still follow that, and of course, as Christians, we also follow that. It's your whole life is centered around creation.
I always understood, now maybe you can help me, I always understood that the native spirituality and the Christian spirituality, they dovetail, they go together.
Yes,
they're not
absolutely,
like one against the other.
Absolutely, yeah. Only difference is we don't, our culture, we didn't call it Christianity. It was just a way of living, a way of being.
Yeah, we both called Creator.
That's right.
Now, these events that you're going to hold along the way, you'll talk about the residential school experience and the legacy of it, and maybe how it's affected your sense of spirituality.
Well, at one point, when I was at the school, I grew to hate everything and everyone, and I guess I was so depressed, and I even hated God. Yeah. That's how bitter I was.
Just angry at what was happening to you.
That's right. And yet there was nothing I could do about it.
It must have been a horrible feeling of helplessness.
It was, absolutely.
To be a small child in that situation and feel like you're in a prison almost.
We were treated like prisoners, absolutely, yes. But once I got out of there, I knew I had enough sense that I knew that was wrong.
The hate of God, you mean?
The whole system,
the whole system,
the societal system of what happened to us at the school, I knew it was wrong. And I had to mature within myself to realize that it wasn't God's doing, it's people's own mallet.
Well, it's the sin of our fathers and mothers that caused that thing to happen. It wasn't God. God probably wept with you in the whole thing.
Yeah. But I had to do a lot of soul searching within myself.
It must have taken a lot of time.
Well, it did. It took a lot of years, and you just do a little bit, and then you build on that and do more. And I was very fortunate when I started working. I had very good people that I worked for who were very kind. My profession was working for doctors in doctors' offices, and they were very kind and good. So that helped me a lot. If I were in an environment, a work environment, where people were nasty, I wouldn't have survived in that atmosphere. I had to take steps to get rid of that bitterness. You can't live your life carrying that load. It's too hard.
So now the walk will be a wonderful experience to reconnect with some people, to teach with some people, and maybe have a little fun.
Yeah, well, I'm more excited about the teaching part of it, and I think that would be a great service to the nation of people to be educated and to understand us as a people. You're all very welcome to come and join us on our walk and to the teachings that we will be having along the way. And you can follow us on the London Conference website to know what is happening and where we're going to be at any given time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for taking time to tell us about things, Geraldine. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You're
and
welcome.
Good luck.
Thank you.